Hey, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about attributes. I'm going to tell you what they are, what they're used for, and what's the difference between attributes and pages and hashtags. I'm also going to be talking about attribute tables. So let's get started.
Attributes actually have almost the exact same functionalities as page references and hashtag. The only thing that is different is the aesthetic. So I'm going to show you how you can create them and search for them. To search, you can create, of course, you can either type 2 colons like this and search for page, howdy, like this, I search for it, or to create it, you do the same thing and you just invent one. For example, toy. There. Now, you can also create them another way. You can go here and type any word you want. So I'm gonna go with doll, and then go 2 colons, and you created the attribute. If I click on them, it's gonna bring me to the toy page, and same goes for this one. Now, what they are used for. These are used to show the properties of certain things, to show what the characteristics of something. So if I go, for example, I have a page with a person that I invented for this example. These are all attributes. These are Chris Huntington's contact information, who he was introduced by in the workplace, and some journaling. So here I have his address, his phone, and yada yada yada. So these are all attributes and they show characteristics of Chris Huntington. Now, I'm going to show you guys now how you can create attribute tables. So this is how you actually type it. I'm going to give you here an example. First, I'm going to make a section A, then tab underneath. I'm going to write example A, then example B, example C, and I'm going to pick 3 for now. Now I'm going to create the table here. Table like this, and 2 curly brackets like it says over here. ATTR, table, colon, and then a main attribute. This is very important. I'll explain later why. I'm going to pick example A. There. Now, I still didn't write anything over here, so that's why it's still empty. I'm going to write here, hey, hi, and howdy. There. Now you can see it created a table. So basically, it just takes all the information that is underneath the attribute or next to the attribute, something that is related to the attributes, and then puts it in a table and organizes it. Now, it basically just makes a table using the attribute that are nested underneath a same bullet or page. Now, this is the main bullet or page. If I take this and I do Shift Tab, it's the row over here. It's called example. So these are basically the properties of example. And same goes if I were to move them all to be underneath November 21st. I'm just going to move them back under A now. I'm going to create another section, B. So I'm going to have the same attribute here. So I'm going to start with example A as well. And that's because I want it to be related to this table, because since when I created it, I chose example A as my main attribute. So if I want this section, if I want section B to be in the same table as section A, I need to have a common attribute. And that common attribute has to be the same one as this one. So I'm going to go back and add 2 more attributes. I'm going to have dinosaur there and fairy there. Now, if I type something here, I'm going to type haha, hehe, and hehe. You can see here that it added 2 more columns to my table, because in total I have I have 5 different attributes. I have A, example B, example C, and then I have dinosaur and fair. So that's why I have 5 columns. And then here it also added the B row, because this is basically the sections of my table. And now I don't really like it when it's like this because it's not organized. It doesn't look neat. So for it to be neat, either has to be the same attributes. So they have to take these ones and put it here. Oopsie. These ones and then put it here and change this to high. And same for this one. I'm going to do that. Okay, and now you can see that it's way more neat and organized. Now I'm going to show you guys an actual example of what I use it for. I'm going to go back to this Chris Huntington page. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to make a table. There. And I'm going to start by writing, I'm going to write like this, ATTR, table. Can't write table today. Table, then I'm going to look for contact info because it was the first one. Oh, by the way, the one that you put here is always going to be the first column, apart from, of course, the first one, which is the sections. Now, I just did it, and you can see that I also have this extra row that added. Now, if I open this in the sidebar, you can see that it has the same attributes. I have contact info, introduced by, workplace, and journal. So that's why it's really good to be consistent, because then if you make a table, they're all going to be grouped together in a nice way so you can understand the table, you can read it better. Yeah. So if I were to change this to, for example, story, you can see here it would just add another column like it did with the first example. I'm going to change it back to journal. Yeah. Okay, so that was it, guys, for my video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, don't forget, if you didn't understand or if you have new topics for us to do videos about, please let us know in the comments below. See you soon.